Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to try and figure out what Black Paper have decided to do with Rupika. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video for Phantasy Star Online Blueburst. So today's episode we're going to continue the G-General quests in episode 4, and we're going to try and figure out what Black Paper are up to with Rupika. So in the last episode we managed to almost get up to Rupika, and we stumbled across Black Paper and Works having a confrontation, which resulted in Black Paper taking Rupika with them. So we know that Works are probably going to try and get Rupika back, but we don't really know why Black Paper are trying to get to her first as well. We also learnt that Rupika has the D factor infused into her DNA, and that there's some link to the D factor and potentially a link to the meteor that hit Ragol. We know that because meteor apparently hit Coral earlier. So there's some similarities to what's happened previously, so we need to really try and stop Rupika from getting to the meteor. So the next quest is this one, which is 9-6 the Chosen 2-2. Thank you, Taker. Somehow, Rupika was able to escape from Leo. However, we still don't know where she's gone. With so many people after her, we can't afford any mistakes. Please, you need to find Rupika before anyone else does. The subterranean desert progresses deeper and deeper underground. We believe that Rupika is somewhere in there. The teleporter will take you to the upper layer of the desert. Time is of the essence. Good luck. Irene's already explained the situation. Good. Make sure you ensure Rupika's safety once you've found her. All we know is that she's somewhere within the crater. Our other hunters have been unable to get us any further details. So I'm counting on you. Good luck. They say that the subterranean desert is like a natural maze. In addition to navigating the desert, you must be careful of the monsters. The hospital's full of patients already. Please find her. The underground desert is a series of caverns and open spaces. I wonder if it's really a natural formation or something man-made. Leo Greyheart has headed deeper underground. I've got a bad feeling about this. Why does he need Rupika? You've got to start searching immediately. The girl with a red beret was with those guys in uniform. She came across as being pretty high and mighty. Who was she? So I'm assuming he probably means Karen Greyheart. There are several layers to the underground strata. Just how deep did that meteor go? There's a desert inside the crater. That's what they've told me. Desert's a bad look. I've got a hunch about that sort of thing. I'd like to know who's telling her, this random citizen on Pioneer, who's apparently getting all the military intel. Some snobby guy with a really bad hat was just here. He came storming through here, raising some big stink. What could possibly be going on with him? We've had numerous amount of patients that came through recently. So the medical centre is obviously getting quite full of, I assume, hunters that have gone to the desert and maybe the army as well, potentially. What's this whole desert thing that people are talking about? I've only seen them in picture books. It kind of makes sense that he would only see them from books, because I suppose if he's a young kid, he's probably spent most of his life on Pioneer 2. Bear in mind that Pioneer 2 took 7 years to get to Ragol. Reports state that the subterranean desert is just like a labyrinth. Take extra care to keep track of your position. People have been bad-mouthing the military a lot lately. Our job is to ensure the safety of the people. People need to take that fact to heart. So the military obviously getting a lot of blowback from the public now. Okay, so this quest starts us in Subterranean Desert 2. Now, there is a bit of a timed element to this quest as well, so apparently there is an extra scene that you can get if you do this quick enough. It is quite a difficult quest, this, because there is a huge barrier maze in the middle of the quest. So you do want to try and clear things as fast as you can for this. What I would recommend for doing this quest is if you go to PSO World, there is actually a guide on there of the barrier maze for this, because it is a very complicated maze. A lot of people do get stuck on this quest. So just be aware of that before you go into this one. So as we clear this room, we run into Ash. Boy, am I glad it's you. I'm just taking a breather now, right now. Sorry, but I don't have any new information for you. By the way, any idea how many levels there are to this strata? So it kind of feels like Ash is a bit lost. I think he's trying to hide that he's lost. So once you get through this room, you'll come to the barrier maze. And you see it's this massive room in Desert 2, and there's loads of laser fences and warps and switches. It looks incredibly frustrating. So apparently the route that you take for this is as follows. Hit this switch. Run through here. Ignore all of the warp points. Run to this switch and hit it. And go left. Then take a right here. Go through here. And through this fence. And out of this door here. Now once you get to here, there are two ways that you can do this. So you can either do it I suppose what would be the intended way, which is to kill all the enemies in here, which will trigger a cutscene. Where you'll get some information, or if you know the information already, you can use it. What I will do is I'll quickly clear the room for you. So after this room, if you go up this way, there is a cutscene with Karen and Gilliam. Downside is that you have to go through 2 more rooms to get to them. So there is a way to actually skip these rooms, which I'll show you in a minute, but I kind of need to show you the cutscene as to why. It'll make sense in a minute. And what I'll do is, if we do miss the bonus cutscene, then I'll run it again to show you the bonus cutscene. So the way I'm doing it here is the way that you'll probably do it the first time that you do the quest, because you won't have the information that you need. So if you do those 2 rooms, you'll get this little cutscene here. Where could Father have gone? There's no sign of him. Why didn't he say anything before he left? Miss? It's likely the captain's just a bit too focused on the mother project. It probably wasn't intentional. Mother? No. Why would he be working on a dead project? Those schematics for the generators that Grandfather developed. They ran into setbacks in the final stages that were never resolved. And what does that girl have to do with anything? Actually, that girl is the solution to our problem. As you know, we had no way to safely contain the energy before. But with Rupika, our generators could hold the required energy. That's why she's with him. She was one of the key components to the captain's plan. But I don't understand how she could... It doesn't matter. Why does my father care about reactivating Mother now anyway? We should go after him. We just need to go through the voice-activated door. I think the password was... It is heaven, miss. Yes, I know it, Gilliam. Heaven. Think about it. Ah, what an ironic name. I think Ragol falls a bit short to be thought of as that. So the whole reason that you do that scene is to get the password for the voice-activated door. So it's interesting what Karen and Gilliam were talking about. So they're saying that they need Rupika to store the energy that the Mother Project requires. Yeah, if you were doing this quest for the first time, you would typically go that route to get the password. So, and the reason you need the password is because what this will do is it'll loop you back around to here. So again, the route was hit this switch, take a left here, hit this switch, take a left, take a right, and take another right, and through this door here. Now you probably remember this room from before. So last time we killed all the enemies here, and then we went and saw Karen and Gilliam. However, now we know the voice-activated password. If you type in heaven, and it will open the voice door for you. So if you're wondering how they implemented the voice-activated door, that's how they do it. You literally type it in chat. Make sure you type it without the punctuation or anything. Make sure there was no quotation marks or anything. Just type the word heaven. So yeah, the maze in the middle of this quest does put a lot of people off it because it is quite a frustrating maze, quite a confusing one when you first look at it. So I would thoroughly encourage people, if you want to do this quest, to just pull the guide up for it because it will take a while otherwise. Particularly if you want in the bonus scenes as well, because they are time dependent. I don't know if we'll get them on this run, but if we don't, I'll try and do another run just so you can see it. So that was the bees that paralysed me there, so they do actually have a purpose here. They don't paralyze you very often, but they can do it. Okay, so we've got the scene, actually. Was it really such a good idea to let her go? It'll be okay. There are more important matters at hand. Now we know what works, what Leo is up to. Works is really working against the greater good here. And what that girl told us. Someone else is behind this too. And it's always the same song and dance. In our case, it's always do or die. Still, I could care less about the girl anywhere. Well, she's tucked away in a safe place. Let's move out. We can bring her back to the principal later. When I return for her, I'll make sure she's never used again. I don't care who or what she is to others. So very interesting. Again, there's this hint that Sue and Rupika know each other. Now, they've obviously hidden her away in here to try and keep her out of the sight of works, because as they put it, there's more important things to get involved with at the moment, which I'm guessing by that she's probably referring to trying to stop Leo. So they're hidden her away. It is quite a dangerous gamble because obviously there's the risk that works could find her. So once you get to this part here, after the scene with Sue and Kirik, you need to basically hit both of these switches and then run straight through two of these sections. Take the warp and then run through the door. So ignore this one. And take this warp here. And then just run through here. So once you take that warp there, you can come through here. So again, it is a very confusing maze. Generally, I don't tend to use guides a lot for this game, but for certain areas, and this is one of them, I would definitely recommend using the guide for it, just so you don't get lost. Just because there are different parts of the map that are open at different times, that require different warps to go through, and it becomes really hard to keep track of where you've been and where you need to go to, and how you get to different parts of the map. So I would definitely recommend using the guide. Again, the one I'm using is on PSO World. This is one of the things I will always hate about episode 4. When you get zoo spawns that just hide in the walls. So once you clear this room out, you can just run through here. We are almost at the end of the quest now, thankfully. And once you get through here, there's another scene with Montague and Eleanor. Doctor. Oh, hi, Taker. I don't think we can handle this on our own. The creatures here are really dangerous. Taker, can you help us? I don't want the doctor to force me back into that room again. That sounds a bit ominous. Hey, Taker. You finally made it. Took you long enough. Rupika is probably just through here. Now hurry up and rescue her. I'll just wait till you're done and then do my part. Again, we don't know what Montague's part is. That's not very nice. Heh. So we don't know what Montague's role is here. So it is quite hard to tell what he's actually up to. So once you get to this part here, just hit the purple switch. And thankfully it's a nice easy one this time. We just run through here. You can see there is an icon on the map to show an NPC. And that does look like the rock that Black Paper hid Rupika behind. So it does make you wonder if Black Paper are working with if Black Paper are working with Dr. Montague potentially. It seemed like Montague knew that Rupika was there. Now this enemy here will be the bane of your existence when you first get to it in the game, because it will pull you in. And it's a very, very high defense as well. So it's very hard to take care of. The way you want to take care of this enemy is by using special like demons to cut its HP down. So that's how you would normally take care of Gert the Blue-Loos. So with that, looks like Bernie's found Rupika as well. Oh, it's you. Rupika's in good hands now. That's twice we've saved her. If you wouldn't know what it means by twice, again, remember the Grand Squall quest from episode 1. I will be doing a full rundown of all the different side story quests in the game as well, so I will do a video on that quest. Ow. With my keen ranger eyes, I noticed someone lurking amongst the rocks there. We still don't know where Leo went. But at least we found Rupika. Let's get back to Pioneer 2. So has anyone got anything new to say? No, you're still going on about deserts. Let's check in with the doctor and Eleanor. I'm glad you're okay, Taker. Thanks for bringing Rupika back safely. My treatment seems to have taken nicely too. Heh. Slightly ominous there, Montague. Again, we have no idea what this treatment is that he's talking about. Now, I'm going to check the medical centre first, because we know that Rupika sometimes goes to the medical centre. No, so nothing here. Yes, I heard that you brought Rupika back safe and sound. I can't thank you enough. We'll handle it from here. Excellent work. Please take it easy, you deserve a break. Thank you for saving Rupika. The rest is baffling, but the important thing is that she's safe. Please leave everything to us now. We're very grateful. Please, go and rest up. So, and that finally completes 9-6. So 9-6 is a nightmare of a quest to do. Again, I would thoroughly recommend doing the guide for it. So next up we have 9-7 Sacred Ground. Thank you for coming, Taker. Things have calmed down now that Rupika is back under our supervision. There are still a few problems to take care of, however. It concerns the creatures down in the crater. We need to determine what's causing these things to keep appearing. We think that the meteor must be connected to this whole situation. Therefore, we want you to retrieve a fragment of the meteor for us. The teleport will take you down as deep as it can. The meteor sample is our only hope to get a clue to this situation. Please, we're counting on you. Things have been chaotic ever since that meteor hit. We need to complete our analysis of the meteor as soon as possible. I'm glad you accepted this assignment. About Rupika. Since you rescued her, she hasn't said a word. Did something happen to her while she was in Leo Greyheart's hands? That's a bit worrying. The fact that she's not talking to anyone on Pioneer 2. I guess from her point of view though, it has just been sort of almost like a carousel of people trying to take custody of her. So first of all it was Works and Leo going after her, then Black Paper got hold of her, then Black Paper have hidden her and Bernie found her, and now she's with Pioneer 2. So it's kind of almost like she's been handed around to different groups. It's almost like no one's kind of asked her what she wants. So I'm not surprised that she's gone silent, but it could be that Leo's told us something as well. Apparently the anti-Works group is called Black Paper, which again if you played episode 1 you'll know all about. We didn't know much before, but now the situation's out of hand. The meteor must hold the key to unlocking this mystery. Hopefully a viable meteor sample will give us some valuable clues. You're doing us a very great service here. I get the feeling that those uniform guys lost their leader. What's going to happen to their morale? I saw that really snobbish guy with the gaudy hat again. But this time, he looked like he was ready to murder someone. What's got him so riled up, I wonder? I can't imagine Montague being like that, but who knows? Oh, the meteor, huh? I didn't see it crash because I was so scared. But I recall that it was very bright. This investigation keeps taking people further and further underground. Things are only going to get more and more dangerous. Be very careful down there. We military men follow orders without question. Captain and command are absolute. Very soon now. No, there's nothing you need to worry about. That's extremely ominous. So clearly this guy is working for Works. And what he was saying there about the captain's command being absolute. We know that Rupika is on Pioneer 2. But now we know that there's potentially a Works spy on Pioneer 2. Probably not good for Rupika. So we'll go down to Subterranean Desert 3, which is the deepest part. And I've always liked the look of this place. It looks markedly different from the first two levels. I mean, the desert does differ quite a bit for every single level, honestly, but particularly in Subterranean Desert 3, there's a lot of these sort of crystal formations down here. Again, having really high evade here actually becomes a little bit annoying, because I end up blocking constantly. So one fun thing in Subterranean Desert 3 is we do have these rooms with these whirlpools, and these are one of the most annoying environmental traps in the entire game. So the way these work is as soon as you step in them, you'll start getting pulled towards the centre, and if you get into the center, you'll fall down to... It's actually a new room you'll fall into, but you'll take a bit of fall damage. Easy way to try and get across these easily is have your menu up while you do it. Because then when enemies come close to you, you won't start walking. So it lets you get out of the trap a bit easier. You also get these traps as well with these shifting sands that will try and pull you sideways. Thankfully these won't make you fall off the edge, it just makes it a bit awkward to navigate. I've always said on my streams as well that I really don't like these rooms because they actually make me feel a bit motion sick. It's something about the way the sand moves, it just makes me feel violently unwell. So we'll try and clear this room as fast as possible. Please just let me out of here. It's really not pleasant. So we have run into Bernie again. Oh, it's you. You know, this is difficult for me to say. But have you seen Rupika? I know you helped me bring Rupika back to the principal. Well, actually, I just heard from the principal a while ago. Rupika's disappeared again. She was under tight security assigned by the principal's office. And yet somehow she managed to slip off Pioneer 2. The principal had been so relieved when you brought her back too. I have no idea what that crazy girl is thinking. What in the world is going on here? It looks as though Rupika intentionally fled from the principal. But where did she go? So we know obviously there was that guard on Pioneer 2 who seemed to be potentially affiliated still with Works. So I'm going to assume that it was maybe an inside job and that he's helped her escape. That would be my assumption at this point. So having just spent the last few episodes getting Rupika back to Pioneer, she's immediately escaped again. So it's clear that she doesn't want to be on Pioneer. For whatever reason. Maybe it's something that Leo said to her that's resonated with her, and maybe something she needs to find out. Again, we know that Leo is wanting to use Rupika for this mother project, and we know that from Karen, we know that it's apparently a way of storing energy for the project, but we don't know exactly what that entails. I do feel like Black Paper were a little bit careless, honestly, though, just leaving Rupika hidden behind a rock in the last episode, because if Bernie could have found her, then surely anyone from Works could have as well. So curiously, we've ran into Karen, but there's no sign of Gilliam with her, which is odd. What are you doing here? Really? The principal, huh? Whatever. Do what you want. I don't care. Just don't get in our way, alright? So this is a very different tone from Karen. She's now not actively trying to stop us from proceeding. I still don't think you're going to find anything useful. But please, go right on in. So very interesting that Karen is now apparently working on her own and is just letting us proceed. Who knows why that is? Maybe it's because she's worried about what she'll find. Bear in mind that it's her father that's responsible for all this. Also, yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee that I'll get hit at least once by the fireballs. Every single time I come through this room, I get hit by them. You're the Black Hound known as Kirik. Your group's interfered with Works long enough. So Gilliam is obviously still very loyal to Works, which might explain why he's not with Karen anymore. It's time I've dealt with you personally. I recognize you. You used to be a mercenary, right? And as Work's dog, you came to fetch the girl, didn't you? Huh. You're barking up the wrong tree. Rupika isn't here. Captain Leo's old man was dealt with by an android hound. I just want to keep the girl safe from the same fate, that's all. So that's interesting. So Kirik or someone maybe previous to Kirik has killed members of Leo's family before. So this feud between Works and Black Paper seems to go back a long way. Why are you lurking around here? What is Black Paper up to? Nothing that concerns you, especially given your past. Now, where are the old man's finished blueprints? He doesn't have any use for them now. What do you know of the blueprints? It doesn't matter anywhere. The project is already in its final stages. And I've already taken steps to ensure the outcome. Then, looks like there's no need to talk anymore. Beware of wasting my time in the future. Hey, wait. We lost him. I love that, we lost him. He was standing directly in front of me, but he's disappeared. I'm worried about the girl. If she's not back soon. So clear that Gilliam is still very loyal to Works. And that Works and Black Paper have had a lot of history. This is bad. Why would Rupika come here on purpose? I never would have expected this. Leaving the girl in that no-good principal's care was a mistake. You know, that little girl never did thank us for rescuing her. You don't think... Is the D factor in the meteor reaching its full potential? Could it be resonating within her? Obviously, Sue would know about the D factor anyway because she herself is a Newman, and we've established before that Newmans were kind of created using the technology from the D factor. So she would know something about it, and I would assume Black Paper probably know a lot more than that as well because of how well informed they are. It would explain why that girl is back there, or back here. This sample is going to be critical. Things are about to get a whole lot more dangerous. We've got to go now. Let's go find that little girl. We're the only capable ones here. Although, you did let her go in the first place. I know, let it go already. Once we get her back, I'll be responsible for her, okay? We can't let Leo get away with this project. Our only hope is to get Rupika back. So even Black Paper are very, very worried about things now, so there is definitely this link between Rupika and the meteor. It's now clear that we can not let Rupika get to where the meteor is. was also that message about how the D factor might be reaching its full potential in the meteor, so it sounds as if almost like the meteor is kind of lured Rupika back. Which wouldn't be the first time that someone has been lured by the D factor. We know going back to episode 1 that Rico was essentially lured to the ruins. Now, whether that was the D factors doing or not is another discussion for another day. But there is precedent for it. I swear the evade is so annoying. So once we get to here, this is the actual impact site of the meteor. And you can see there's what looks like a lot of energy coming from it. Now, whether that's just meant to be like a lighting effect, I'm not sure, but you can see that it's a huge impact zone. So if you're trying to think where we are at the moment, essentially above this is crater interior. And a lot of levels of desert. So we are very, very deep underground at this point. Which is a bit of a theme of PSO. I mean, in episode 1, essentially a lot of episode 1 is just getting further underground. Don't mind the rappies just running away here. So there must be a Gerta Blulu because I'm getting pulled. Might be hard to tell, but I'm basically getting pulled towards the center. Which again, you can't really do much about that. I don't know why that Gerta Blulu in particular seems to have all the range. It feels like it has way bigger range than usual. So again, we just use demons. They are very irritating enemies, those, particularly in Ultimate. So yeah, I would just recommend using demons. You can be paralyzed as well, so I think they're immune to freeze, but you can paralyze them. So that looks like our meteor fragment over there. So we've got the meteor fragment. And there's nothing else really here, so we can head back to Pioneer 2. So yeah, a little concerning that Rupika has run away again. I just heard from the lab that the fragment looks promising. Good job. We'll get a full examination done soon. And... no, it's nothing. Go get some rest now. Thank you. You can get some rest now. Thank you for returning with the meteor fragment. We'll have the lab analyse this immediately. Oh, and about Rupika. No, never mind. Thank you again for your assistance. Please go and rest for now. So there's clearly something that Tyrell and Irene want to tell me about Rupika that they're not. Kind of feels a bit like the beginning of episode 1 again, honestly, where everyone's keeping everything secret. It would be nice if I was clued in on this, given that I am doing all the work for you. So yeah, we'll end that episode there for today. So in the last episode, we will finish, we'll probably finish episode 4 in the last one, I think. I think there's only one more quest left after this, so we will probably finish it in the next episode. After that, the plan for PSO content is to probably do a lot of the side stories. I also want to do some other PSO videos as well as other Phantasy Star and non-Phantasy Star videos as well. So if you have enjoyed the series so far, please consider liking, subscribing, or joining as a member on YouTube. You can also follow or subscribe over on Twitch at Section Skyline. You can follow me on Twitter at Section Skyline. And I do tend to stream usually twice a week now on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously, which is usually on a Wednesday and a Sunday. So feel free to join us on either of those days. Yeah, hope you're enjoying the series so far. And in the next episode, we'll find out what the fate of Rupika is.